With one of the best holiday seasons in gaming memory coming to a close, it's time to play with those new socks. Oh, hey, what's that behind the couch? Why, it's Burnout Paradise. But the game isn't out for another month, you say? Then you better hold on to those new socks Grandma got you, because we've also got Pursuit Force Extreme Justice. We'll also tear open MX vs. ATV Untamed, and since it's tis the season for giving, we've got much more to share on this episode of On the Spot. You know where to send the thank you cards.
Didn't work out so good.
I don't think that worked out too well. I don't think it worked out too well.
I gotta fix that before the end of the show.
Cool.
Why? Cause it's Thursday and it's On the Spot, and here we are. Ryan Davis, Brad Shoemaker. You guys joining me today? How you guys doing?
I'm still sick.
We're under fire over here.
I'm wearing
on?
glasses to protect my eyeballs so that errant BBs don't hit me.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, we're here. And you're still shooting it. Stop that.
Isn't there some
Airsoft.
kind of OSHA regulation
There
against
you go.
this?
There you go.
Whoa.
Damn, I think I broke the lens. All right, there you go. Starting the show with a bang. There you go, right there. We're a little crazy here today. They're gonna fix that. Don't worry.
I'm glad I have my glasses on.
It's good to
Good shot, though.
Thank you for the shot.
Good shot.
I'm joined, who you can't see right now because apparently I broke the shot. But Frank is on the case; he'll get it fixed. And but Greg Lutton is sitting here on the couch. You will see momentarily. Greg Lutton is, of course, the assistant producer, correct?
Yes,
assistant
correct.
producer on Pursuit Force Extreme, of course. Pursuit Force Extreme.
Pursuit Force Extreme Justice.
There you go. And of course, anybody knows, on the PSP, Pursuit Force, one of the super cool games. I know I was a big fan of it. Jumping from cars, Jacking Fools. As you can see, I'm way into Jacking Fools. So
Yep.
yeah, we're gonna have some fun today. So
Yes, we are.
We're gonna give them a little chance to. Oh, it looks like they already got it fixed.
There we
They got
go.
out of there.
Back up, ready to go.
That's how pro we are here on the
Cool.
Spot.
Just like that, very quick.
So, Greg, you've brought by the Pursuit Force Extreme Justice. You've got us a couple of different things you're going to show us today. You're going to show us the game. We're going to do a little multiplayer.
Well, one of the things about Pursuit Force 1 was that it was single player.
Correct.
And with Pursuit Force 2 Extreme Justice, you have the multiplayer option. And who doesn't like multiplayer? Obviously you do, because you're taking people out here in the studio. Yeah. So, with this, you get 3 new gangs, a bunch of different levels, a bunch of different vehicles from watercraft, hovercraft, flying helicopters. You get to be in different positions on these vehicles, whether or not you're the mounted gunner on the back of a vehicle, the mounted gunner off the side of a helicopter. You have all sorts of different support from all these different the NPCs that are in the game. They guide you, you help them, and it's all just a little bit more robust than the first one.
Right on.
But with multiplayer, who doesn't like multiplayer?
No doubt. Let's jump in and take a look and see
Cool.
what
we're gonna go into.
This is a multi-match you got set up, right?
Yep, this is a multiplayer match, and it's Rampage, so it's basically just a free-for-all.
Excellent. So I think I'm in here. I'm waiting for you to start the game.
Starting the game.
And do we have the guys at the standing set in here?
Brad's trying to jump in here.
Yeah.
You just kicked me out.
You just kicked him out, though.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let me in.
I think we're already started.
I think we're going to see what our two-player multiplayer looks like. Maybe we'll try to slide you guys in there. But of course, as one of our favorite things here on The Spot, we love taking your guys' questions live while we're doing this. So please feel free, use the form you see on the page, and we will be answering your questions.
A lot of people ask about strafe.
Yeah.
In order to strafe, use the left trigger and the circle or the square button. Gives you a little bit more fixed targeting.
And that's you, huh?
Yep. That's Brass Knuckle Bob.
Oh, Brass Knuckle Bob.
I get to be Brass Knuckle Bob.
Let's see if I can do. Oh man, I'm taking some damage. I'm running away. I'm turning back.
Get some.
Oh man.
Gotcha.
That was not so good for me.
Nope. Those blue icons are power-ups.
The little lightning bolt thing?
Yep, that's your justice. So if you start taking hits, hit the triangle and it refills your justice meter.
Excellent.
Or your health.
I'm refilling my justice meter. I'm standing toe-to-toe. As the assistant producer on Pursuit Force Extreme Justice, you are obviously better at this than I am.
Whoa. Come on now. I gotta know my game.
Let's see, I got 2 minutes here. Where you at?
I'm right here.
There you go. So as we're doing this right here, Greg, what's the technique? Because obviously I am sliding my shot around and not hitting you exactly like I'm looking for.
Well, there's a bunch of different weapons. If you can find the bolt thrower, you can take me out in about 4 hits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that thing is that is a brutal weapon.
I'm going to go look
So what I'm doing is I'm scooting around looking for different weapons, trying to take you out. You know.
And you are doing that very well, I might add.
But I got 3 for 5.
There you go. There's this crazy thing that's called the Saber 49. What
Yep.
can you tell me about the Saber 49?
That Saber 49 is just like your AR-15 looking like machine that you got here.
Oh,
Very
M4,
fast, quick.
There you go.
Oh,
I
see,
finally
there you
got
go.
you down. So
Now you got
apparently, so I can see my health is remaining the same. So that's the same case for you. I can kind of whittle you down.
Yep.
Excellent. Now, what's it change up like when we get a third player in here? And is it up to 3?
No, you can have 4-player ad hoc.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Right. Only in Rampage mode. The other modes, the other multiplayer modes, like Ram Jam, Survivor, those are 2-player. Survivor's co-op, so you're actually working with your opponent. You can be, you know, a criminal or on the pursuit force, but you're working together towards a common goal.
Now, obviously, one of the awesome mechanics the Pursuit Force had in the original game was basically leaping from car to car and jacking those guys. It's still in there.
It's still in there. Some of the what is it, cops and robbers?
Yeah.
You actually have to do that in order to get points in the multiplayer.
No kidding. I'm sorry, I'm totally engrossed in trying to shoot you from across the map.
There you are.
Obviously, how about I not do that? Ryan
Blammo.
Davis, while you were watching this do that, that is apparently the game over because you totally killed me, hella like 5 times.
Sorry about that, you know, just had to do it.
Right on. Well, Greg, thank you so much. What else are we going to check out next?
You want to try one of the other co-op modes?
Yeah, let's see if we can get these guys in there this time.
Actually,
Yeah, see if we get Brad in it. At the same time, I got a ton of questions coming in from the folks at home.
Let's go ahead and hit those questions up, Ryan.
Let's see here. I got a question here from Indy in Miami, Florida. Wants to know about any sort of online or co-op modes.
well, co-op, there is no online. It's ad hoc mode, so you're not going to be working with PSP infrastructure. Ad hoc means that, you know, wherever we are, we don't have to go into the internet to be able to play with each other. We can be out in the middle of the woods, and as long as we're close to each other. 4-player is in Rampage mode, but when you get into like the Survivor mode or Cops and Robbers, that is only 2-player.
Yeah.
So you only get 4-player in Rampage, which is kind of free for all.
I'm looking for a game. I think we're still creating.
Creating a game here.
So, oh, there we go. Cops and Robbers.
Yeah, it's 2 Cops and Robbers.
Do you guys see that? Oh.
There we go. Still be Brass Knuckle Bob. Once you join,
All right.
whoever the commander was.
I think those guys are actually in it now, right?
Yeah.
All right, those guys are ready to go, so I think you guys are good to go.
Cool. And this is
Now,
capture point. So as a robber, you have to jump from a vehicle to the other vehicle and capture that vehicle. So it's a civilian vehicle. The cop's objective is to just bash into you as much as you can to break down that car.
Oh. Now, is this a easy or hard thing to do?
It can be pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's take a look at what you guys got going on over there. Now, what's that vehicle you guys are rolling with right now?
This is I'm in a Raiders vehicle.
It's a little mud buggy.
Yep, see there's the jump.
Nice.
And I blast that guy. Now I've taken that car. And in front of me is
that Brad?
That's the commander. My job is to bash his car, get rid of him as much as possible.
And
but
he's obviously trying to...
He's trying to take me down.
Yeah?
It's not going to happen.
While you guys are doing that, do you mind if I throw some questions your way?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, Logan Godsif from Fort Lewis wants to know, what kind of weapons are there and how many?
Oh, man, they completely went crazy with all the weapons. There's tons more weapons. A lot of them are varying degrees of power in terms of takedown ability. You have, like I said, the bolt thrower earlier, the saber. You have some handguns. No projectiles, though. There's a bunch of mounted weapons that you get to work with. So you have mounted machine guns in certain levels where you have to take out steam generators. When you're flying, in the helicopter, you have one of your pursuit forces flying in the helicopter. You're on that mounted gun, and that's just like a flat-out, 8-round Gatling gun that just blasts people repeatedly. You have other things like anti-aircraft guns that are mounted on the back of a Jeep. I mean, who wouldn't like that? But that thing that takes out people in a swamp environment.
Do you guys actually want to bomb out of this and show us one of the other things, like maybe some of the, can you show us one of the helicopter levels? Right on. While you guys get that up, I'm going to throw a couple more questions. We had tons of questions from everybody out there. And basically they want to know a bunch of stuff. Tony Lara basically wants to know how many new cars have you guys added to the game? A bunch of questions about multiplayer maps. Can you give us the rundown on some of the?
Well, each of the previous gangs that were in Pursuit Force 1, all their cars got revamped. So for the 3 new gangs, they got all sorts of new cars as well. There's probably about 5 to 6 different cars on average for each gang. So you have cars that are sedans, coupes, big trucks, swamp mobiles. Like for the Raiders, they have these massive swamp boats, helicopter things. I mean, it looks like straight out of Mad Max type stuff because they're just pieced together.
Awesome. While you guys load that up, I'm actually going to call attention to this little guy on the other desk. This is this
That's
glass
the chalice.
pimp cup. Yeah, can you explain this and let the folks know why they should be excited that we're going to be giving some of these away today?
Well, the pimp chalice, right? That's part of being, in Capital City, it's taken over by gangs and thugs. And how can how better to portray that than with a pimp cup? We got the cop glasses here on my head. We have the gloves, but you have the pimp chalice.
That's a good.
People like that, you know?
I'm a big fan. All right, so what are you going to load up for us next?
Let's see. Well, I'll show you some of the varying terrains and environments that we have.
You guys going to jump in this one as well?
Yeah,
Well, this is single player.
Oh,
so if you want to see,
no. I guess we're out of it, sorry.
Yep.
We'll take a look at this, and while you do get that, because the questions are just flying in, so I'm going to actually get to a couple more. Cool. Andy Marsh out of Greenland. Actually, we already answered that one, Andy, sorry. The helicopter. Tony Lara, game of Chicago. Can you control the helicopter in the game?
No, actually, you have one of your NPCs who's controlling that helicopter, so it's kind of like on a rail, but you're on the the side mount gunner. So you don't get to control that part.
Shooting's funner than driving anyways. Jack out of Montreal, Canada, are there any new multiplayer modes? We talked about some of it. I mean, obviously it's all new since the last game didn't have any.
Right. Well, for the most part, all the, like you said, I mean, they are all new, but the co-op version of, someone driving the truck and you're on the back as the gunner, like that's something that's new, so you have that objective that you both have to take out, but you're on the, you're working as a team. So if I drive really bad, then of course
it's not gonna work out.
It's not gonna work out. If you shoot really bad, it ain't gonna work either.
What's this we're seeing on the screen right now?
This is one of the sniping levels.
I'm a big fan of sniping.
Yeah. So what you got to do is you have to take out these syndicate guys who are on the marina, and you're protecting the recruit that's in front of you. That's Ash.
Kind of clearing the way so she can make her way without getting.
Correct.
Totally.
So you have all these people that come running down. You got to protect her to keep her from getting killed before she gets to the end of the dock.
Oh,
there you go.
Gunner down.
That's Brass Knuckle Bob, one of my favorites, by the way.
That's crazy. When are we gonna expect to see this game coming out?
January 29th.
Oh wow, that's coming up
quick.
That's
It'll be out.
Awesome. Something to look forward to after the holiday season.
Very much so. So all the games, that you got for Christmas or the holidays that you, weren't really impressed with, come out and get Pursuit Force Extreme Justice.
Right on. Excellent.
Use your gift cards.
Thank you so much, Greg. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by.
Likewise.
And right now we're going to take a look at this brand new trailer. Have you guys seen it yet? Ryan, Brad, have you guys seen the Iron Man trailer yet?
I haven't. I've only heard lore.
Dude, it looks awesome. But enough. I'll show it to you right now. So go ahead, take it away.
Product not yet rated.
What is the measure of a man? Is it the fruit of his labors, or the secrets of his heart?
Never designed anything like it. But now, I know what I have to do.
Tony, you're not a soldier.
You're damn right I'm not. I'm an army.
And we are back. That was awesome. As
yeah,
promised.
yeah.
Iron Man flying through the air, throwing damn jets.
I didn't know he could do that, but I guess
I guess he can because he's Iron Man.
You have a fancy robot suit.
Step to Robert Downey Jr.
Sure. I wouldn't.
You would not. And you'd be wise not to. Yeah. Brad, how's it going?
It's going.
I agree. It is going. Can't believe Ryan broke that lens earlier.
That's crazy.
We are now here with Arcadian Warriors for the Xbox Live Arcade. This came out earlier this week.
Newly released. Yes.
Newly released. Let's jump into this.
I'm going to jump right on in there.
All right, excellent.
Arcadian Warriors. You're looking at it right now. It's basically you get kind of your basic Diablo-style hack and slash. You know, if you want to go in some dungeons, cut up some monsters.
Well, let's do it.
So you start out in this hub town.
Yes.
I made some money before the show, so I'm going to buy some stuff.
Oh, you've got some grips. You've got gold coins.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy this Paladin's encrusted armor because that sounds fancy.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So gear right from the get-go.
Yeah. It's definitely like a fat loot-based game. You know?
Excellent. So does that stuff look different?
Got my armor here. Let's pop it on right now. Bam.
Excellent.
I even got
and
you got
achievement points for doing it.
Yeah. So you've got this one hub town. There aren't like multiple towns, but there are quest givers in the town, such as this dude. This fine gentleman right here is an armor maker.
Fight the Gorgon.
Oh, Minotaur has stolen his anvil. So
you gotta fight the Minotaur before he can fight the Gorgon.
Fight that Minotaur, yeah. So yeah, like you pick up quests and then you get a little portal. You can just jump right to the quest.
But just it seems like so far like bright, kind of colorful, kind of kitty look to it.
Sort of cartoony, yeah. Okay, so here we are. I'm fighting some.
But it's still also real kind of good standard fantasy tropes.
Yeah, totally. So
sweet. Hey, look.
Cut up these chests
full of treasure.
Yeah, you have you have like your overhead view and you can zoom in.
Oh, excellent. Now this also has co-op multiplayer support.
It does. I have not tried it, but local or Xbox Live actually.
Excellent. So you can get all over the place with this.
I'm playing. I think it's called a warrior. It's just the basic kind of combat class.
So there are classes.
Yeah, there's also an archer who obviously can attack from afar, and then there's a sorceress who.
So you don't actually get to have any sort of ranged ability at any point.
Not really. Although as you level up. You do get abilities such as this kind of shoulder charge.
Nice.
Like I just did. That's all I've got.
You totally see hit points peeling off the top there.
Yep, sure do.
I think that guy ran off.
Yeah, whatever. I don't really care.
Do you have? I mean, obviously, you just started playing this.
Yeah,
do you have
I'm like a level 3 guy.
Any sense of like how many levels this goes to?
Yeah, they've actually enumerated all that stuff. Like you can hit level 20. That's the level cap. There are 19 quests in the game. I just picked up a giant hammer. Let's go see what that looks
let's
like.
get the giant hammer, dude.
That must have been the stunning iron hammer. It's actually worse than my freezing spear, but I'm gonna check it out anyway.
Let's give it a shot. Yeah. Is that an No, that's just a crumbling barrel.
Yeah.
I saw earlier there were some spike traps. Have you encountered any other sort of environmental hazards like that?
Yeah, there's
like
big
red key,
poison gas and stuff like that. You know, like you kind of gotta watch what you're doing. I mean,
that red key was huge.
It was a big fat key, dude.
And
yeah,
potions.
you can actually die pretty quick. Like you got potions that you can pop off at a moment's notice. But
now, what's the penalty for death in this game?
You have lives, and I have not exhausted them all yet, so I don't know what happens there. But you get more lives as you play. So
okay.
I just don't die, basically.
Hey,
you'll be fine.
Pro tip from Brad Shoemaker:
whatever you do,
don't die when you're playing this game.
Yeah, and then you have actually a super move that I'm trying to save until I kind of get in a mess. But
do you have any sort of magic abilities, or is there just like a specific magic class?
It's like class based, like the sorceress. I haven't tried her, but I assume she can like throw fireballs and stuff.
Now,
I know she can take control of some enemies and that kind of thing.
Right on. Do you earn like other attack abilities, or is it just based on
your
gear?
Yeah, let me pop that up real quick. So actually, not while
fight that guy.
Not while these guys are killing me.
Oh, so when you pull up that stuff, it's
it does not
real time
the
stuff
game,
is still happening there.
Okay, so let's see. So. Yeah, like at level 2 I got the charge. At level 5 you get berserk power that gives you power and speed up.
These are just little abilities you can trigger.
Yeah, like temporary invincibility at level 11. You get like a rain of fireballs at level 14. So
sweet. Well, keep grinding, sir.
Yeah, let me just find a big kind of thick mess of enemies and I'll bust out my super ability.
There you go.
How about I just do it right now?
Do it right here.
Rawr.
Oh my God!
Now I'm a giant lion.
You're a big golden flaming lion.
Griffin or something. I got another achievement.
You're getting points, son.
Points.
Good looking out.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So each class has this transformation ability. Like you just kill enough guys and then you can do it.
So different classes, I have to assume, different transformations.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Excellent.
That's probably a safe bet.
Hey, Ryan McDonald, any questions?
A ton of questions, dude.
Excellent. Shoot it.
Andrew Weston of Emerald, Australia wants to know: is the camera view always bird's eye view?
Well, here's one. Well, you're not showing it right now. Show them the game.
Here they are. They're great.
Okay, here's one. Here's the other. Here's like halfway. Oh no, there is no halfway. I guess it's one or the other.
So there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So you get a little bit of camera wiggle, but not a ton of amount.
Yeah.
And obviously you can rotate around at will.
Quite Diablo-esque, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Now you said there's a level 20 cap on this. This seems ripe for like downloadable content expansions.
It definitely does.
Like just a new campaign or something. Have they said anything about that?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, the game is, what, 3 days old or something.
Sure.
So
Obviously, they want to see if people are buying it before they're gonna.
Yeah, I'm sure if it does well, they could easily stick some more stuff in here. Especially the way that the quests just kind of spiral off of that main hub town.
Excellent. Ron McDonald, another question.
Yeah, I totally got more questions over here.
Do I take you 2 more?
2 more? Okay.
Yeah.
This one comes from Richard Godger out of Tonebridge, Kent, UK. He wants to know, is the game 800 points on Xbox Live Arcade?
Oh, I probably should have looked that up before I came over
Brad,
here.
your research sucks.
I'm gonna say yes. I have no
Brad, you're
basis.
fired.
No basis for that.
He wants to say yes. So.
I'm fairly certain that it's 800 points, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
So $10 for a little bit of dungeon crawling, hacking, and slashing. Ryan, one more question?
I'm going to try to make it a good one. So I'm going to ask 2. Luke in the UK wants to know, are there 2-handed weapons or is it always one-handed plus 1 shield? And also, any idea of how long this game is?
Well, like I said, there's 19 quests. You're looking at one of them right now. There are different weapons. Like I was using this freezing spear here.
There you go.
But I'm still using my shield with this spear, which should be like a 2-handed weapon. So I don't think they break it down like that. Just a guess, though.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, so this is Arcadian Warriors.
Yes.
This is from Sierra. This is on Xbox Live Arcade now.
Out there now.
We think for 800 points.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Thanks, Brad.
Sure.
For coming by again. Ryan McDonald, you've got some crazy. You're going into Lawnmower Man town over there. What's up?
We got a special little, in the middle of the show, run-in little surprise. Ricardo Torres, you have brought us a fun little game. How you doing?
I did. Hey, I'm good. Good to see you. Don't shoot me. We got something in that I want to show everybody. Can't really say much about it, but I think it kind of speaks for itself.
Right on.
So let's hop in and just look at it.
I think people know when they see what this is. They'll totally know what this is. Oh, as you can hear, there's a clue there.
Does somebody that's sitting just off camera want to grab something? Thanks.
So, of course, for the people at home that do know what this is, and the people that don't, why don't you go ahead and tell us?
So this is Res HD, which is the Xbox 360, Xbox Live Arcade version of the cult and classic shooter from Sega back in the day. It came out in 2001 on Dreamcast and PlayStation 2 in Japan. It only ever came out here on PlayStation 2, unfortunately. But it's awesome. And if people that are familiar with it will also remember that it had like this crazy vibration thing that came out with it in Japan called a trance
vibrator, right?
Trance vibrator, this is correct. So we just started poking around on it, and we found something a little nutty. So apparently if you go into the control options, there is trance vibration support. Now, it doesn't actually support the peripheral, but what it does let you do is assign not 1, not 2, but all 4 Xbox 360 controllers that you combined to be vibrating while you play.
So if we had the other 3 controllers plugged in besides the one in your hand, they would all be rolling around?
Yes.
That is
ungodly things could be done with them, and we might have a demonstration of that shortly.
I've seen Alex Navarro ever since you started playing this game, and he saw that controller rumbling. He's been working his way over this way. Now, for the folks that have never seen this thing, the trance vibrator was just a brick that vibrated, right?
Yeah, it was a USB thing that attached into your PS2.
Did they explain, did they tell you what that was for?
They did not, other than to say you could put it wherever you wanted.
And then it makes the game better, right?
Yeah.
Let's say we find out.
Let's see. Let's see. Right. Where would Alex Navarro put the controller?
Oh. That's a really dangerous question, my brother.
You have all 3 controllers.
I have all 3 controllers here, so we're gonna use it. Let's put. All right, so we're gonna put this one
in the pocket.
I'm gonna put this one in the pocket here.
Pocket.
Yeah.
I'd put it in the pocket.
And then the other 2. Oh, I don't know. Hey, why don't I just unbuckle this belt here? And yeah, there we go. All
right, I don't.
Controller.
And then might as well put the other one down there too. Why not? Hey,
need those. Come on.
People need to touch those. Wash your hands.
He's just showing.
Could you?
It does show there's a lot of room in there.
There's some going on.
You hit a button apparently while you were putting the controller.
Hold on, let me see if I can fix that. All right, there we go.
Excellent.
Oh dear.
So Now that we've gone this far, let's go ahead and see.
Can we get a close-up of this?
I can see your pants vibrating.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
I can feel. Oh, jeez. What did you just do?
So is this what you're saying is the recommended play method? 3 controllers down the pants?
Ooh, I need to sit down.
Ricardo Torres?
A little speechless, but I would say, as this HR violation goes on next to me, you can if you want.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
So you guys want to like hit a sauna after this or something?
Excellent.
God have mercy.
So yeah, Res HD. When are we expecting to see on Xbox Live?
It's due out in late January. We'll have a detailed preview up next week because there's some other things going on with it that we're going to be telling you guys about. Because, I mean, obviously, it has a huge cult following. Stop groaning.
I'm not saying a word.
It's obviously got a big cult following, but
can't imagine why.
Yeah, terrible. But yeah, so Q Entertainment is doing some special things around the community for it to make sure when it hits Xbox that there's going to be some neat stuff. So you guys are going to hear all about that next week, and we have to go disinfect the controllers. So that's a little sneak peek to get you guys all pumped for next year, because this is awesome. Like, seriously.
Did you say this is coming out in January?
Late January.
I thought that Microsoft had said this was going to be a December game.
I'm not sure now.
I thought that was the case.
It seems like a late January thing is the last thing I heard.
That's all within like a month, kind of.
Yeah.
I've got 2 questions coming from the folks at home. I think this would be pretty easy for you to answer, Ricardo, real quick. Like this one from Tommy in Belmore, New York. He wants to know if there's any new songs or anything, or if this is, obviously an upgraded or just the same res.
As far as what we've seen right now, and we just grabbed it. It's the same game.
All right. Next question.
Only redone in HD, which is awesome.
Agreed. Second question is from Logan in Bangor, and he wants to know how much are they going to be charging for this?
That I'm not sure. We're supposed to get that information next week.
All right.
So check back next week?
Yeah.
Right on. Well, thank you for the sneak peek, Ricardo Torres.
No problem.
And thank you for the demonstration.
I need a nap.
You need something.
Yeah.
I need some Burnout Paradise. Is that what you have over there, Ryan Davis?
Then we've got what you need.
Excellent.
That's right. Brian Eckberg, you're here to take me down to Paradise City.
That's right. I've also got 2 controllers down my pants, but it doesn't really relate to
unrelated.
The game. Yeah, unrelated.
Unrelated.
Completely.
It's just comfortable that way. We got the Burnout Paradise demo. Let's see this thing.
Right.
This is gorgeous looking game.
So I think I should start off just by giving people this demo is now live on Xbox Live, of course, and I just want to give folks an idea of what's in this game. This is basically a look at the map. So it's kind of as you can tell, it's kind of just a small sliver of what the overall map's going to look like in Burnout Paradise.
My understanding is also that a lot of the events, even in this section of the map, aren't active.
That's exactly right.
So what you're getting a taste of here in this demo, a sliver of the total experience.
Right, but I am going to start a single-player experience right now, and the way you do it, I like it because every intersection on the map is a challenge.
Fantastic.
And to enter a challenge, all you do is go to that intersection and hit the left trigger and the right trigger together, and boom, you're right in the challenge. So
you burn your tires and it starts.
Exactly. So this is what's called a burning route, and basically you just race from one end of the map, as you can tell, to the other, and get there as quick as you can.
For the folks who haven't been following, Burnout Paradise is kind of a big jump for the Burnout series because we're looking at more of an open world format.
Yes, completely open world. And in that sense, you're exactly right. It's much different. You can go. The thing is, right away. This is just a demo, so as we said, it's a little bit. We're getting a little bit of a tutorial here, but everything is open right away.
Okay.
So even in the full game, the entire area is open to you. Any challenge is available to you right away.
Excellent.
So that's really cool. One of the things I like about it is that even though all of the single-player challenges are available to you right away, there are some challenges that are make-specific. So you need a certain type of car to enter them.
So they do kind of hold back some of the content.
They do restrict it a little bit, but trust me when I say that there's a crash for you. But
it's beautiful.
Yeah, the vast majority of this game is open right away, which is really cool.
Very cool. And also the multiplayer is pretty seamless into this experience as well, right?
That's right. I want to actually finish up this little event real quick, and then I'm going to show folks how easy it is to get into online multiplayer in this game. This demo just has a couple of different single-player challenges. We've got this burning route, and we've got like a stunt challenge.
Yeah.
Basically, where all you're supposed to do is I missed the turn. Is do as many barrel rolls.
So it doesn't like cordon off when you're in a.
No, you can go. You can go anywhere you want.
So it no longer has like the big yellow arrows that are hugging the turns for you. Interesting.
Yeah, the path is open to you. I just beat that. That's good. So we've got the burning route. We've got races. We've got stunt challenges. We've got the road rage events where you're supposed to take folks down as quick as you can. You've got Marked Man where you're the guy who's going to be taken down by those psycho drivers, AI drivers. And then you've got online. And to me, online.
Actually, I have one question before we get into online. Is it can we have showtime?
You know,
is that in here?
Yeah, I don't think it's in here. I know it's the best part of this game.
We've got a demo version that unfortunately we can't show the folks at home. We have an incomplete build of this that has one of the more awesome things I've seen in this game so far.
Yeah, basically what Showtime is one extended crash.
It's what they've replaced kind of the crash mode from Burnouts of past with.
Exactly.
And it is amazing.
And the thing is, I really wish that's behind the times a little bit, I think. But yeah, so with Showtime, you just hit the LB and RB button, and unfortunately, it's either not in this demo or I haven't unlocked it yet. And you just go into it one extended crash, and the idea is to damage your car and other cars as much as you can.
And it is glorious.
And it's amazing. And the thing is, you can enter it at any time. That's what's so cool. Even if you're doing a completely different challenge, you're like, screw this, I just want to go into Showtime. You just hit the LB and RB button, and you're in.
And same can be said for the multiplayer. Let's go ahead and jump into that now.
So here I am driving around, and you just hit the right trigger. I'm sorry, the right on the D-pad, and it brings up the online menu. You can invite friends, any friends on your list. You can. It looks like I'm not connected. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, we're loading up online play here. Let's
get some questions up.
There you go. Yeah, hit us with some questions, please.
I got a ton of people, and I'm going to abbreviate some of the questions. A lot of the questions are obviously around the cars and what type of cars. Are they licensed cars? Are they just kind of similar cars to the ones we know and love in the real world?
Yeah, these aren't licensed cars. These are just burnout cars. I mean, you've got your muscle cars, and you've got your
Burnout's always had its own brand of cars.
And
so here's maybe a more apt question.
Right.
Are these similar to the cars, or are these the same models as cars in past Burnouts?
I honestly, I don't know the answer to that.
So you're online now.
Yeah, I'm online. As you can tell, I'm online with 3 other people. Well, they just canceled out of the game. But the nice thing is, just hit a button and quick match, and
then
we're back on. We're right back on. We've got
literally a beat.
Yeah, we've got 4 people online. I think I don't know if the demo maxes out at 4, but I think in the final game you'll be able to go up to 8 folks online.
Wow!
And everything is a record. So how close I got to that car was an oncoming record for me. If I hit a drift like this, okay, I just set the new drift record. So you'll see in the upper right-hand corner who's leading with the most flat spins or the most well.
And they've got this for every single thing.
Yeah, exactly. Drifting, the highest jump.
Every one of those little dots over the right-hand HUD there.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really keeping track of a ton of different types of stats that you use. And in the full game, you can do things like set up races, just draw points on the map that you want to race to and from, and then all your friends can, race. From one end of the map to the other, and the challenges are really cool. There's 50 challenges per set of people online, and by that I mean the 50 challenges available to you with 3 people online are slightly different than they would be if there was only 2 people online.
Oh, so just
or
unique
there's 8
sets.
people online. Yeah, there is some overlap. I should say there is overlap, but there is some unique challenges as well. So, and they're cooperative. They're both cooperative and competitive. And I just love how fast you can get online.
Now, what does it take now that you're in this kind of this free-for-all mode to actually get like a race going with the other players? Does everyone have to sync up at a specific stoplight, or how does that work?
I've only set up races with 1 other player, and it was simply a matter of setting up the race. Actually, you can set up a series of races, up to like 2 or 3 if you wanted, and then I can't remember if it automatically transports you all players to the starting line, or if you have to get there, on your own. That's the one thing about this game that I'm kind of, I don't want to say down on, but it's a little bit of a pain. Is like if you want to want to try another challenge, there's no that's on the other side of town. You got to drive there. Okay. There's no teleportation that I've seen so far, so that's kind of a pain. If you want to try a specific challenge, you've got to drive there, and that may be for online as well. But still, I mean, the online is really,
right through
lots of things to bust through that you get achievement points for, lots of jumps and little gates to crash through. It seems like so far I've just been loving this game.
Awesome. Ryan McDonald, more questions. Why don't we get out of online so we can stop hearing whatever these people are saying?
Sure.
Scott Aitken from Edmonton, Alberta, he wants to know, how's the gameplay? Has it changed much? Is there still traffic checking in it?
There are traffic check takedowns. I'm going to leave.
I guess my question since the last Burnout game is, can you still check the traffic that's going in the same direction, or is that now a crash?
I think that's a crash.
Okay, so they've reverted that one since Revenge.
Yeah, don't quote me 100% on that because
try running into one of these cars that go in the same direction.
Yeah, well.
Oh, that's a wall, sir.
The walls don't move. The car crunches. That's what happens.
Angeles wants to know, what do you do in cooperative? How do you help each other?
Good question, because we've all been used to challenges where you're competing against one another. Some of them are real simple, like you both have to do a barrel roll simultaneously. It's cooperative in the sense that you might have to pull off one of the 8-player ones is kind of fun. I haven't tried it, but I read about it. It's basically 7 cars have to line up in a row on this staircase somewhere, and the 8th car has to jump them. So it's cooperative in the sense that you've got to work together and you've got to communicate, but it's not like you're taking, I don't know, there may be events out there where you have to take down a certain car or something like that and work together.
It sounds less cooperative than necessarily coordinated.
Yeah, exactly. I think coordinating is a good way to put it. And there's another thing I found when playing the full version of the game is that there's all sorts of little secret hidden areas that are not on the map. And there's challenges associated with those, and you sort of find those as you go. And I don't think we can actually talk about them explicitly, but there's just this game continuously surprises me with all the different stuff that you can do in it.
Excellent. I can tell you're excited about it. I'm also stoked about this.
Yeah.
This is coming out end of January.
That's right. Yeah. End of January. Burnout Paradise on 360 and PS3.
Right.
And we're playing it on 360 now, but the PS3 version looks great.
And the demo, is that available only on 360 right now, or is that also on the PS3?
I want to say it's just 360 right now, but I'm sure if it's not already on PS3, it'll be coming soon.
Excellent. Well, I can't even tear you away from the game. I'll let you go. I'll cut you loose here. Ryan Eckberg, thanks again for coming by.
My pleasure.
Ryan McDonald, what can you say so that I can stop talking because my voice is going away?
I will say that Brian Eckberg is not done today. He will be back before the end of the show. We have a surprise driving game that we need Brian for. So stick around to the end of the show, not only to see what the surprise driving game is, and trust me, you'll want to see it, but also we're giving away some of these glass pimp cups again, and also for those of you 5 lucky viewers, you'll basically get your hands on a code that you can unlock Undertow, the cool Xbox Live Arcade game. But right now, I am joined by Matthew Weisinger, correct, sir?
This is correct.
How
I just want to make sure these are sterilized first before I use them.
I think Alex took all the ones that he had.
I'm a little frightened. It's going good, man.
Right on. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. Of course, you're from THQ.
Yes,
you are one of the people that are working on MX ATV Untamed, correct, sir?
This is correct. I mean, this is everything off-road. This is the #1 off-road racing franchise. We're back for the first time on Next Gen. We're back for the first time on the Nintendo systems, and we're just ready to kick some ass.
Right on. Now, you brought us the Xbox 360 version today, of course.
Yes, indeed.
What are we taking a look at right here? Now, this intro looks gorgeous, by the way.
The intro's amazing. You got to check it out online if you haven't seen it. But, I mean, just jumping into the game, one of the first things you'll notice is, you know, traditionally in the past, we've been more of a menu-based game when it comes to our tournament, and we really tried to revamp that with the X-Cross tournament this time around. What you'll see when you come in is we've taken all the game modes that normally people may not necessarily have known about or played that much, but we've thrown them into one, the Ultimate Off-Road Championship, where you can actually kind of choose your path, whether you're, you know, a hardcore kind of supercross, freestyle, FMX kind of guy. You can take a path through the tournament structure, or, you know, if you're more of an outdoors kind of guy, you can take a national supermoto route, or, you know, if you just really like the vehicles and stuff, you can take that route. But by the end of the game, you better master all the event modes because that's what it takes to become the ultimate off-road champion.
That's awesome. Now, are you going to show us a little bit? What are we going to take a look at here?
Yes, indeed. Jumping right into it, one of the modes that we're most happy with and is kind of cool is Enduro Cross. We're actually the only licensed game out there that has this game mode. We'll just bump it up a little bit.
Now, while you're getting your settings set, I have to ask you. Now, I will freely admit, I know about guns, I know about shooting.
Fair enough.
I know about jet skis, I know about boxing. Motocross sport, not so much. But the one thing I did see recently, have you heard of this thing? It was Disposable Hero. It was about this dude that did like the first 360 crazy thing in tournament history or whatever. Anything about that?
I don't know about that. I mean, I've actually been watching a lot of the FMX stuff these days, and you know, one of the cool things that have come out recently is just the kind of the whip tournaments that are coming up. And one of the new features actually in MX vs. ATV Untamed is the ability to whip and scrub over jumps so that you can actually shave off your time. Woo!
Oh, wow.
If you can execute it. But this is actually a cool mode of the game. So we're actually loading the game right now, and this is a lobby area where you can kind of practice your moves while you're waiting for the game to start, but also when you're playing online play, this actually serves as the online lobby. So
cool.
Everybody who's waiting to play comes in here and you can chat and talk smack and then jump right into the game.
And now, obviously, you're ready to play, so let's see what this...
So yeah, this is Enduro Cross, and at first glance it might look like, hey, this looks kind of like a Supercross track, but I mean, really, this is a licensed event mode, and it takes everything from the outdoors and puts it indoors. So you'll see things like rock piles, the water pits, the giant tires. It's all there for the outdoors. And actually, this whole event mode really was kind of a test of our, you know, the rainbow physics, what we're known for, the rhythm racing, because it's really more of a technical, timing-based event mode as opposed to the rhythm racing that we've traditionally done in our Supercross tracks.
Now, as we see you take on this course, it's certainly a cool third-person view. Are there other views? And I can see some of the questions peeking out on the left corner of my eye, and I can see a lot of the questions asking about, you know, viewpoints and stuff. I know one of the viewpoints a lot of folks like to play when they're doing this, although crazy sometimes, is the handlebar view. You guys got other views in here?
Not only do we, you know, in the past we've actually had that handlebar view.
Yeah.
We've totally replaced it with a true first-person cam. So check it out as we're going through this. I mean, actually, some of the pro riders, they prefer to play in this view because they just say it feels more real to them, you know?
I'm not even playing it. It's like it definitely feels more real.
Yeah, I mean, especially in Enduro Cross, man, this just gets so hectic coming through here. I mean, it's an experience you won't have on any other game. This is true off-road. It's not, you know, this isn't some arcade tunnel racer like some of these other games coming out you'll see.
Oh, that looked like it hurt bad. While you're getting back into it, Ryan Davis, you got any questions over there for us, sir?
Yeah, I got a question here from Tim, and he wants to know about, he's actually over in Iraq right now.
Oh,
all right.
He wants to know about differences between the different console versions.
So, yeah, great point, because this is the first time that we're actually releasing on 6 different platforms. We've got PS3 360, we've got Wii, PS2, we've got the PSP and the DS for the handhelds. It's the first time, again, we're on the Nintendo platform, so we're really excited about that. But you'll actually find different game experiences on each of the kind of, we actually have a PS3 360 version. It's very similar, but the PS3 also uses the 6-axis controller for steering. PS2 and Wii, we actually have a separate developer under the oversight of Rainbow who's been working with them to keep that same Rainbow look and feel to the game, but also to take advantage of what each of those platforms has to offer. You're not going to see ports across all the platforms, and that's been kind of, you know, a real gripe in the past by some people, that it's just not a unique kind of gameplay experience. So it's something we're really excited about and think people are really...
The vehicle you currently have on the screen is not a motorcycle.
No, indeed. I mean, this is one of the machines, and looks like I randomly got set up with a pink vehicle, which is awesome. It's
random, yeah, whatever.
All right, okay. It's my profile data. You got me. No, I mean, actually, we've totally blown out vehicles. There's 8 different vehicles, and they're totally customizable. So if you don't like that pink, you can go in there and you can change the chrome on it. You can change the paint on the plastic on your vehicles and your ATVs. There's over 100 licensed parts and gear items in the game. So right now, this is actually an open cross event. This is another one of our new event modes. These are long form races, and the cool thing is you see this panorama view there. you can ride anywhere in those scenes.
Really?
This is actually a buggy race. And we're going to just kick some butt here. But Open Cross is really, it's meant to be a home for the machines. So in the past, you know, we've kind of had our focus on our tournaments where it's been more MX and ATV focused. We wanted to give a home for our heavy machines. So Open Cross is all about long form races. It'll take you everywhere over these tracks. Get out of my way.
While you get that guy out of your way, I'll say that we got about time to see one more thing if you'd like to show us another mode or another vehicle.
All right, totally. So
while he gets to that, Ryan Davis, do you have another question for us, sir?
Yeah, Dominic in Mississauga wants to know about multiplayer modes.
Yeah, and another great thing I'm glad you guys brought up is that we actually have specific modes. First of all, we got 12-player online 360. I mean, really blowing it out this time around. We tried to incorporate it early, so it's just totally buttoned up for you guys from the get-go. But we actually have 4 different mini-game specific modes. Sorry, just loading this up. And then 4 specific mini-game modes. We have ATV hockey by popular demand. You actually go out there on the ice and tear it up. We got section race, which is more of a point A to point B style of racing rather than the same old kind of track loops. We've got a mode called graffiti, which is kind of a king of the hill stunt challenge. And then my favorite mode is the snake mode. So you actually have like a trail of light that goes behind you, and you can actually, when you get 12 people in there, you can section off parts of the course, and if anybody hits your trail, they fall off and they lose. So it's just like yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm not going to say it. You said it, man.
All right.
But,
that sounds awesome.
So yeah, so
it's not actionable.
I didn't say it, guys. Nobody get mad at me.
All right, so what's this you're going to show us?
So this is a national track. This is Pine Lakes, and you know, one of the coolest things I like about showing off to people when they play this is just, you know, people ask, well, how is this different from the previous games? Just the sense of speed that you get in some of these tracks. These outdoor nationals are all about elevation. It's all about huge doubles, huge triples, and being able to pull off 6 stunts. So going through this, you'll actually see, you know, just also an example right there, power sliding through turns, going through this rhythm racing, which I'm gonna try and get into.
Now, Matt, I have to say that this camera angle that you're looking at from is really interesting.
Yeah, this is slot cam, and this is what I like to race in because, you know, the camera gets lower to the ground, it feels faster, you get a nice 3/4 angle, and when I'm passing guys, eventually, you know, you get more room to see just on the horizon. So I always like riding in slot cam. It feels better to me.
No, just because I'm crazy and left brain, right brain thing, whatever. If I wanted to keep the same angle but slide that dude so he was set on the right-hand side of the screen instead of the left, can I do that?
You got it.
Oh, look at that. Oh. Asking you shall receive.
No worries. Awesome. So going through the whoops, I mean, you'll see the rider. He's just like, he's got independent physics on him versus a vehicle. We've really tried to, here we go. We've really tried to button it up for this time around and just go into the next gen hardware. We've been able to do some really cool things like add the whips and the scrubs, and also, you know, just keep up our mainstays, the preloading and the clutching. That's what Rainbow's always been known for is that rhythm racing.
Ryan Davis, you got one more question for us, sir?
I do. Let's take a question here from Tristan in London. He wants to know any pro riders, any licensed stuff. What's the deal with that?
Definitely, man. And like I mentioned, over 100 license items in the game. We got pro riders, all the hot pro riders, both MX and ATV. We got 20 of them, and we have guys like Ricky Carmichael. We got Chad Reed. Everybody you're interested in is in the game, so it's all cool.
Ricky Carmichael is one of the few things I do know about motocross.
All right.
And Ryan Davis?
I actually had one more thing I want to add to the before we finish up this demo. Now, this is MX versus ATV Untamed, right?
Correct.
And last year was MX versus ATV Unleashed.
You got it.
I see a trend. I have actually taken down, I've got a couple, I want to pitch you on a couple of possible subtitles for next year's game.
Lay it on me.
Are you ready? All right, how about this? MX versus ATV Unchained.
Unchained, I like that, you know.
MX versus ATV Unfettered.
Unfettered, you know. I don't know who it appeals
MX
to.
MX versus ATV Unbelievable.
That's pretty
MX
good.
versus ATV Uncontrolled. MX versus ATV Unethical.
Unethical.
MX versus ATV Underwear.
Underwear. I'm wearing them right now.
MX versus ATV Unisex. I've got a huge list here. I could keep going, but we'll talk later. I just wanted to throw some of those at you, see if any of those stick.
Cool. Well, the unisex, I mean, we'll send it to the marketing people and see how it goes.
See what happens, you know.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Matthew, thanks so much for coming by.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
appreciate
really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks, Ryan Davis. So, anybody else? I think we're going to be looking at a Turok trailer right here. And I'm not going to say anything. Let's just watch a Turok trailer that is badass all by itself. But our good friend Vinny Caravello is going to show us something how it gets even better. So, either way, let's go ahead and take a look at Turok. There was a look at Turok, and now that was pretty cool, right, Ryan? That was pretty awesome.
But
yeah.
Can we make it better?
We can. Vinny Caravello thought of a way to make that even better. Have you guys ever this new movie Rambo?
I've seen the new John Rambo.
You know, it's not like it's like whatever guns, right? So check this out. If you take the Rambo trailer and you mix it together with the Turok trailer, do you know what you get?
What?
Perfection. But I'm not going to say nothing else. Just roll the trailer.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the...
When war is in your blood, killing's as easy as breathing. For nothing, or die for something. Your call.
Hell yeah.
That was like when you watched Wizard of Oz with Dark Side of the Moon playing underneath it.
Pretty much.
It totally synced up.
That's the weird thing. Yeah, we didn't cut that at all. We just happened to have the Rambo trailer playing. We had to have the Turok player. That's it. Two going.
Mixtape.
Amazing, right? Speaking of amazing, Ryan, you have a little bit of pain over there. Is that correct, sir?
I have some pain to share with you, sir.
Please give me.
This pain, we're looking at this right now. We've got it set up. This is a new downloadable game for the PlayStation 3. It gets on the PlayStation Network. And basically, this is just a big physics playpen for the Havok physics engine. You've got this dude that's on this giant slingshot here, and you just throw him into this level and try to bust up as much of the level as you can and bust up your dude as much as you can.
Now, I've seen this game at one point in my life, correct?
I'm sure you have.
Now, was it originally on this PS3, though?
Yeah. This has been in development by Idle Minds and in association with Sony for a while now. So I'm just gonna give you a little look here. Once I launch the guy, I can actually use the left analog stick to change the dude's trajectory a little bit. You see me wiggling there. Now I've got, you see Ooch down there in the corner. I can now control his movement this way by just kind of nudging him in directions, and I get more Ooch as I keep moving. Oh, all right.
And Ooch, I take it, is kind of like aftertouch?
That's a little bit aftertouch. You could you gain Ooch for continuing moving, and yeah. Now this is actually the Pandemonium mode. This is kind of the sandbox mode. There are more focused gameplay modes, but this is one where you just want to mess up your dude as bad as you can. I actually I'm going to try and do my favorite route here. Half the fun here in this game is just kind of trying to drag your guy out as long as you possibly can. So I'm going to see if I can hit the old lady in the face. All right, down the stairs. And oh, yep, here it comes. Get in there. Oh, come on, dude. Oh,
almost. The door.
That door. I'm trying to get in that door. I'm going to do it again.
All right.
All right, I'm actually going to I can hit the select button and reset the level. I could do these little poses here, which are good fun. Hit the lady again. Down the stairs.
Mid. Oh.
Here we go. Yep, there it is. That's the business. And I come launching out up here.
What was that?
It's like a vent of some kind. Oh. You gotta hit that box and just keep on coming.
So I take it you've played this some.
I played a little bit of this, yeah. I did this for review. We reviewed this earlier this week, gave it a 7.5. It's awesome. Unfortunately, this is the only level it comes with.
Really?
It comes with one level. They've got it set up. They're definitely gonna do a lot of downloadable content, new levels that you have to pay for, and new characters that you have to pay for. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but the gameplay itself is awesome. Just knocking your dude around for as long as you can is fun.
Especially if you can launch them into old ladies and propane canisters. And all
yeah. A lot of stuff in the levels will explode that ought not to, like mailboxes. And you see I've got these little explosive crates all over the damn place too. And there's also more focused gameplay modes that you can get into as well. There's one called Mime Toss where you have to try and grab a mime out of midair. Actually, I'll show you that part. That's something you can do here. Is you can actually grab onto stuff in the environment and put out the guy's arm and yeah, got the spoon.
You've actually done a wonderful job, Ryan Davis, going through and answering a lot of the questions that you've been going and talking through this game. Eric has one, though, from Mentone. He wants to know, is there any plans for this on the 360, or is this PS3 exclusive?
This is published by Sony, so there's no way in hell it's coming on 360.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
All right, here's a good one for grabbing. I'm going to grab onto this giant bowling ball. And you see it says unlock bowling ball. You get all sorts of trophies for doing specific things in the game. Let go there. Oh, this is going to hurt. Yes.
Nice.
Oh.
Indie Grave out of Miami, they want to know, you gave this game a 7.5. For the $10, is it too expensive for one level?
I think a little bit.
Yeah.
I think like for $10 for what you get, it's not bad. But you get that monkey. Yeah. Tell with you, monkey. I would have liked like maybe one more level.
Yeah.
Because there are times where it feels a little bit like you're playing a demo. But what you get is still really, really good. It's still a lot of fun. It's just that it would be good if there was a little more. Oh.
There was all kinds of damage.
Oh, that's going to be bad on my face. Oh, there we go. As you can see, there's it kind of racks up as you continue to do more bad stuff to yourself at the bottom of the screen. You get multipliers for running into more stuff and hurting yourself in different ways. So, but they keep it really they keep it light, so it's not like, oh God, that's horrifying.
Right.
It's more kind of a fun. It's like popping bubble wrap. Is what I equate this to.
That's a good way to do it. Our good friend Jason Luck out of Ewing, New Jersey wants to know, can the slingshot be moved to other locations, or is that just...
It is stuck in that one location. I can change, let's see here. I'll get back to this. I can change the aiming, obviously, in all these directions. I can also change how much power is behind the shot, though I tend to like to go full power. And yeah, so you're stuck with what they give you in this regard.
Antonio from Lima, he asked a really awesome question. I know the answer to it because I can say it for sure, but like the fact that he asked it is just like, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Can you go straight through buildings?
Yes, actually, there's one building that you can go through. Let me see if I can make it through there. This little donut shop here, you can actually fly through.
Right on.
Let me see if I can make it happen. There, right out the back.
That's
into
awesome.
the cab. Let's see if I can.
What was that thing? It's kind of like that thing that we used to play all the time. Remember, it was that really simple game that was just like a flash game on the internet. You like crash the truck, and the dude would like.
Well, there was that
truck dismount.
There was truck dismount. There was stair dismount. Yeah, it definitely kind of scratches that similar itch of just causing a horrible pain to a little electronic man. But yeah, pretty cool game. Available now on the PlayStation Network for $9.99. You can find a full review of the game on the site right now. I gave it a 7.5. I like it a lot, but I don't love it.
Right on.
Just because of the amount of content that they give you for the $10. So there you go.
Thank you, Ryan Davis.
Of course.
Really appreciate it. Now we are joined once again by our good friend Brian Eckberg. Brian Eckberg.
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
It's good to see you over here.
Thanks, man.
Especially with what you brought.
Yeah. I think you're more interested in the game than you are in me.
No, it's the package. The
Yeah,
package comes
it's everything. Yeah.
So the folks that can't see the screen, why don't you tell them what we're looking at?
Well, we've got the Japanese version of Gran Turismo 5 Prologue.
Hell yeah.
It is out in Japan, I guess, as of just a few hours, right? It's only not even been a full day, I think. And so we whipped up on the on the Japanese PS3 as soon as I got in, and we got it.
I saw the emails this morning. It was like, I gotta get this thing now.
Yeah, it was kind of an emergency. We actually, this game is coming out obviously in disc version, but you can also download it on the PlayStation Store, and I assume you'll be able to do that once the US version is out as well. But yeah, so we've got the disc version coming, but we've got it right now on this PlayStation 3, and this is it. So, you know, we've seen Gran Turismo HD when the PS3 came out, and we've seen this game a lot, but we haven't seen it in its quote-unquote finished fashion. This is just a prologue to what will become Gran Turismo 5, but the prologue is finished. So, yeah, and all the things we've been hearing about, like Gran Turismo TV is here, and it's got a lot of the same cars we've been seeing as we've been previewing this game multiple times, but there's just a lot of content here, a lot of different cars. But as you can tell, all the menus look a little bit different. So we're actually in the car dealership here, and if you start off the game with about 3 million credits, which sounds like a lot, but you can't get much for it. Like the Ferrari F430 is like 33 million credits or something like that. So it takes you a while. It's just like any other Gran Turismo game. You start off with a little money, you got to buy a car, and then you got to start winning some races. So I haven't had an awful lot of time to get into the game and get very far because I've only been playing it for a couple of hours. But and there's only a couple different cars. You know, we're in the Honda. We've only got the Integra Type R, 2004 model. The Ferrari has 2 models. You know, it just depends on the dealership how many models are available. But you know, once you get a car, and head to the event section, it feels a lot like Gran Turismo games of old. You've got your Sunday Cup. Anyone who's played Gran Turismo knows about the Sunday Cup. It's one of the basic events in the game. And yeah, you just go through these and you earn money as you go. So let's just hop into an event. This is at Daytona. I think I'll show the London event because I'm not sure we've seen London in Gran Turismo 5 yet. At least I haven't. This game has a number of different tracks. We've got Daytona, which is new for the series, Suzuka, which we've seen before, Fuji, which we've seen before, and then the track from the Gran Turismo HD demo, that mountain track is in it. And what's interesting about this, it's sort of a semi-career mode, but what's interesting to me about it is that it's not just strictly races, and it's not just strictly 8-car races. In some events you have 12-car races, and some you have 16. So, and in some it's not just strictly who can get across the finish line. In some it's just straight time trial. So it's really kind of mixing it up more than you've seen in previous Gran Turismos. And you know, obviously one of the big new points for this game is the in-car view, as you can tell I'm using right now. What's cool is that Polyphony Digital, the developer, has gone so far not just to model the front interior of the car, but if I press the R1 button, you can see the rear of the car, the wing and the back of the Integra. You can even see the back seats. It's kind of dark there, but you can see the back seats.
Makes it a little hard to drive when you look in the back seat.
Very tough, yeah. Very tough to do a lap.
So the 2 hours that you've had so far with it, what are you thinking?
It's cool. There's certain things. I read a vicious rumor on the internet yesterday that said that damage was part of this package. That cars could be damaged. I haven't seen it yet. Although I will say that just based off of real brief impressions, AI seems pretty good. Especially like on Daytona, which is an oval track. Your competitors will totally draft off you, and you know they're a little bit, I wouldn't say aggressive in the sense that they're going to run into you, but they're aggressive in the sense that if they get close to you, they'll put up a fight, which you can't really. You weren't always able to say that in previous Gran Turismo games.
Is it like the other ones too, where you see that guy drop way back and then all of a sudden Rubber Band AI kicks in and he's flying up from the back of the pack?
No, I haven't noticed much of that. If you can get a good lead, you can pretty much stay ahead. You know, there's other things that aren't in this game that I've found yet. Maybe the Japanese menus are confusing me too much, but I haven't found anything like tuning your car or buying new parts. I don't think that's in this version of the game. It's only 20 cars or so. So it is very much, as the name implies, a prologue of what Gran Turismo 5 will become. when it's released. Who knows when? But you know, there's a lot to do here. There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of tracks, a lot of different cars, and you can spend a good, there's C-class races, B-class, and A-class. So it seems like you can spend a lot of time just doing the straight event races, and then there's arcade races where you can choose which track you want to go on and choose the car and everything. So it seems like there's a lot to do.
I'm pretty impressed. You actually just talked through that whole thing while you just casually went and took first place on that track, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well,
most people have trouble.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
But Ryan Davis, I know, has got probably a ton of questions over there. Ryan Davis, do you have some, sir?
I do have a ton of questions. It's true. Let's see here. Zach Schweitzer, Palm Bay, Florida, wants to know, when is Gran Turismo 5 Prologue coming out in the U.S.?
I don't know if we have a firm date. Yeah. I think it's early. I think it's spring or early. I don't know if they've even said that Prologue is even officially coming out. I think it is, but if I had to guess, I'd say spring.
Excellent.
And you said no car crashing in Prologue yet?
No damage that I've seen. Talking to the Polyphony Digital folks, they say it's something they want to include at some point, but I don't know. It's not in there now. You can crash your cars left and right, and they don't take any damage. One other thing I'll show real quick is the Gran Turismo TV thing, which is something that series creator Kazunori Yamauchi has been talking about a lot, where if you're online, you can, like this has got the opening movie in the game. And, excuse me, they're talking about having TV content that has been produced, like Japanese, when I was in Japan for Tokyo Game Show, they had like Japanese car shows that you could download through this service and just watch just anything car related.
Wow.
And they could even take it to the point where, like if BMW wants to put out a video of their new M-Class car or something like that, they could debut it on Gran Turismo TV or something like that. So it's kind of a marketing tool, but it's kind of cool if you're really into car culture. You probably could spend some time with this. It's also got replay tools. I haven't seen online yet. They were talking about online was going to be in Prologue. I haven't actually figured that out yet, so I don't really know what the online situation is.
Anything to do with the PSP? I heard one of our producers in my ear say, rearview mirror, you use the PSP. Rearview mirror.
I think we should all put that behind us. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm sorry to disappoint the people, but they're only asking. They don't even care about Gran Turismo anyway. They really don't. I know that question.
Can I ask another question then?
Sure, go ahead.
Gran Turismo on the PSP?
I'll tell you what Kazunori told us last year. He said once Gran Turismo 5 was out, they might consider it. Which to me sounded like a big fat no. It sounded like a big fat, stop asking me question, white journalist.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So no more PSP questions.
No more Gran Turismo PSP questions. Because honestly, I don't know why you'd want to play Gran Turismo on a PSP. I really don't.
That's why they told us it was going to come out before the thing was even out.
I know.
They said, "Oh, look at this, Gran Turismo."
But one analog stick, that is not Gran Turismo to me.
That's true.
I'm a purist, I guess, but I don't want to play Gran Turismo on a PSP.
Fair enough.
Can I ask you another question from the folks at home?
Please.
Brian. This one comes from Brandon in Ramona, California. Wants to know any six-axis craziness, tilty?
No. I haven't noticed any. Again, I don't want that.
You just want a PlayStation 1 game, don't you?
That doesn't sound fun to me. Actually, I'll say that some driving games like Sony did an F1 game last year, and they did six-axis support, and it was okay.
Yeah.
What if you use the six-axis strictly for like cockpit looking?
Okay.
For just looking
little
inside
head
the
nudge.
cabin.
Well, yeah, I guess
a little bit so you can look a little bit to the left or right or whatever.
I don't know. I'm not convinced because sometimes I just move my controller like at random.
Sure.
And I don't want to be looking like.
Well, you can't just move your head at random when you're driving a race car, sir.
You saw him a second ago. He's looking at the back seat. He was doing that. First place still.
Yeah. But I just love the back seats. Check that out. Check that back seat out.
It looks like a back seat.
It looks like a back seat. Oh. See, no damage. Don't worry, guys.
It's got the knob even, the little knobs, the plastic knobs up on the top of the back.
Yeah.
I've got a question for myself personally.
Sure.
Looking at that last level, I found myself wondering, from what you've seen of GT5 so far, are you feeling the influence of any of these other kind of up-and-coming serious racing games? I mean, obviously GT5's kind of been the gold standard for the simulation racing games for a while.
Yeah.
But there's been stuff like Forza and to a degree, Project Gotham. That's obviously not quite as simmy. But have you felt any influence of those games in this so far?
I really think that's a great question.
That's a good one.
And I think that Polyphony Digital is totally dedicated to doing their own thing. They just don't care. That's why you don't see. That's why you don't see like car customization in these games. Not to say that it won't happen, but they're not going to be doing a big like paint tool that you'd see in Forza, because I think they have their own vision of what they want. They want pristine-looking cars. They want. I think they're way more interested in focusing on like the network part of the Gran Turismo and expanding out Gran Turismo as a brand. And I don't know. It's I don't want to say this to make it sound bad, but it sounds to me like they're not as focused on making Gran Turismo an incredible game as much as they are making Gran Turismo just a sort of synonymous with car experience and I don't know, just being synonymous with car culture. And I don't want that
to be more Gran Turismo-y.
Yeah, I don't. There's a reason this series has not. It's been a hallmark of how a car feels. It feels great, but it's not a racing game, and it really never has been.
It's an experience, right?
Yeah, it's more like check it out how cool it is to drive a really awesome car, and that may change. I mean, they've obviously listened to consumer complaints, and they want online racing in there, so that may change. But as it's been right now, you've got Polyphony Digital like designing the interior of the new GTR. The new Nissan GTR, because that's where I think their interests lay. Do they want Gran Turismo to be a great series and a great game? Of course, but I'm not sure that's their only goal.
I can't. Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I'm sure they want to probably do everything they can to, whether it's a great game, whether it's a great experience, whether it's a great network all surrounding it, everything. I'm sure they want it to be.
They do,
fantastic.
and they've committed to supporting this game. We're going to see lots of downloads. And God, when Gran Turismo 5 comes out, it's just going to be. I literally can't wait just to see the kind of crazy stuff they put in it, and the kind of just hearing what Kazunori has talked about with like. Just the kind of things you might be able to buy, or buy accessories for your car, or just whatever. I don't know. It just seems like they really want to take Gran Turismo 5 and build on it for years to come.
Oh, that's awesome, Brian. And apparently, if I ever want to get you talking, I just got to say Gran Turismo game in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually a cheap plug. I like live blogged my notes for Gran Turismo 5 on my profile. So if you want to hear all my badly written notes of the first 2 hours of Gran Turismo 5 prologue, go to my profile.
Excellent. Well, with that, Brian, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
You help me send this thing home?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan Davis?
Yeah, don't we have stuff to give away?
We got stuff to give away. We got this glass, this Pimp Cup thing, and then we got, I've got 5 codes. I got 5 codes for people at home. Usually we give away games and we say like, send the email address, and then we're going to send you this game that takes like 6 to 8 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Not today.
And we get all sorts of complaints.
Oh,
where's
yeah,
my
totally.
game?
Yeah, where's my game?
Yeah.
Today, though, it's Instant Win Day.
Right.
It's like we're going to throw up 5 codes. Have you ever used the code thing on the Xbox Live that makes the game go?
Yeah, absolutely.
So our good friends that put the wonderful Undertow together, they've gave us some Xbox Live codes that'll allow you to unlock Undertow for your Xbox 360.
Instant access.
Instant access. But you got to be quick.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, I could have done it the other way, but I want to get it out there. I want to get it to people that want to play it.
Right.
So I'm going to show these codes. Are we ready to do that? Can we do that now? Is that something we can do? Yes? All right, cool. So go ahead and throw the codes on the screen. First 5 people that actually implement this into their Xbox Live Arcade.
If you could put these in fast enough.
Yeah, you will be playing Undertow.
Wait for it.
There it is! Oh!
KHR32 YWR7B.
Oh, God.
Cut it off.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
You have to watch the replay and pause.
We got to bring it back. There you go.
They're there again.
KHR32.
I give it another 5 seconds.
MB2W, MKK68B, JF9.
2, 1.
I can't even
You're
say
done.
it.
That's probably good, right?
Yeah,
I think
otherwise
that's good
watch
enough.
the replay.
There you
Screen
go.
caps being taken everywhere.
Right on. Look at that. Instant game. Look. Oh.
Oh, they're done.
All right,
Oh, they're there again.
So that's for Undertow. There's actually an interview that I've been wanting to show for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that goes with this. Donald Mustard, the guy that did Undertow.
Yeah.
He talks about it, and it's awesome because for an Xbox Live game, I don't know if you know, it used the Unreal 3 engine. I mean, it looks sharp. They put a lot of stuff into it. It's a fun multiplayer game. That is an interview that you can find on the site, or you will be able to shortly.
Mustard?
His last name's Mustard, like Colonel Mustard, you know, like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you do it with the candlestick and the?
Is he related to Colonel
I think
Mustard?
every time that poor guy. Yeah, I don't know. But either way,
Yeah.
Laura, Donald, thank you guys, and there's the code. So hopefully 5 people out there will be playing Undertow.
I hope so.
Yeah, and then how many of these do we got away? These glass pimp cups.
I don't know, but I'm stealing one of them.
All right.
I'm getting instant access
Yeah.
to that after the show.
This thing is pretty neat. And it says like on the back, there's the Pursuit Force thing and
Nice.
the logo. So yeah, how many? Do we know how many? No?
A
5?
couple.
Something like
As
5?
many as we have.
All right, as many as we have. There you go. And,
As many as there are pimps.
Are we doing this? We're going to do this the regular way because I can't just give you a code that makes this appear in your house. So, so I guess the first 5 people, or the first how many ever people respond to. You got a question? Pursuit Force?
No,
on the
just
spot?
say I want the glass pimp cup.
Tell them-
Actually,
no,
they have to say chalice.
They
have
should
to
tell us
spell
how
chalice correctly.
They should tell us how strong their pimp hands are.
That's pretty. I did hear one that was good from back there. That
Yeah.
was like, who's their favorite pimp?
Okay.
Who's their favorite pimp of all time? Eh? Yeah. I
Yeah,
like that.
first 5 favorite pimps.
Yep.
Don't forget to put in your mailing address, or we can't send this stuff to you.
And don't get it wrong.
If you get it wrong, it comes back to us, and then we just use it. So.
Excellent. I think that is all of our business for right now. Of course, Tournament TV is tomorrow.
Yeah, cool. What are you playing?
Unreal Tournament. Yeah.
Oh, Unreal
yeah,
Tournament?
Unreal
Awesome.
Tournament. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
gonna be. Yeah, totally. We'll
Cool.
be doing it. Game of the Year, of course, is next week. We won't have a regularly scheduled on the spot. Instead, we will be giving you the nominees of our Game of the Year awards.
That's That's
Exciting
a very
time.
special
It is.
episode.
It is true, actually.
It's a very touching.
It is. And then we're on vacation.
Ah, that's very exciting.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a good break.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But anything I left out, Ryan Davis?
No.
Anything you think of?
No, I can't. I still can't believe you broke the damn lens on
I know.
that camera.
I know.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
The bummer thing is now I can't shoot it on the way out. So it's
I
like,
know, you were so excited. You were
I know.
you're like, oh, I'm not going to break the lens. It's cool. That thing's glass.
I don't know. They want me to shoot in the leg right now. That's what
Oh, well,
they're
then
saying.
you could do next week's show by yourself.
I'm not going to shoot Ryan Davis, but yeah, so from all of us here at GameSpot, thank you again for joining us. I'm Ryan McDonald, Ryan Davis, Brett Eckberg. Thanks again. We'll see you guys next week in some form with the Game of the Year stuff. See you tomorrow, Tournament TV. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Bye, y'all.